Okay, welcome back to the channel everybody. It's Mike Newton down here at Penrith Golf Hub, and we've got a new iron to review for you in this particular video, and it's the Cobra. It's the new King Tour Iron. First impressions, it looks really nice. So excited to hit this, and some big claims here from Cobra in the way that this is their softest feeling iron they've ever made, but it isn't forged. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to test that, see how it sort of feels. Obviously got some TrackMan numbers to throw at you as well on its performance, as well as my personal feedback on the looks and the feel of this particular club. Okay, so King Tour Iron from Cobra, and as I mentioned just then, it's a stunning looking golf club. First impressions, look at the back of the club. I love it. I think it just looks great, very modern. You've got that sort of nice black and sort of chrome finishing on there, so it just gives it that sort of sleek look. We've got those high polished toe heel sections as well as around the sort of sole as well. And then as you put it down by the golf ball, I think it's a fantastic shape. It's a beautiful shaping, and I think probably Cobra for me, they've never been renowned for great looking irons. You know, they've done an MB iron before, which was very small, just was a good looking iron to be fair, but maybe this sort of category, this sort of cavity with a bit of technology in there, but still that player's look, I just don't think they've ever really ticked the box. But this, I think in terms of looks, is right on point. I think it's a great looking club, minimal offset there, lovely sort of medium to slimish top line, a decent blade length. It's not sort of too squat and too sort of daunting as well. You put it down by the ball, but the shaping of it is lovely. I think it's really nice. Obviously some very interesting technology, and this MIM technology that Cobra are putting into the irons. We've seen it in their wedges before, now putting it into the irons, and they're sort of saying now this is softer than traditional sort of steel carbon forging. So it's not forged, but they're saying this is softer than a forged iron. Really interested to sort of test that and see if that is the case. Okay, let's get first one underway. It does look very good behind the ball, must admit. So this is a 7-iron, 33 degrees of loft, so quite traditional on the lofting. Okay, not a bad opening shot there. Touched up that left-hand side, but felt good, felt soft. Gotta say, did feel good. The sounds was really good there. The acoustics were good. 5,500 spin, a little bit on that low side there. That'd be one thing I want to maybe have a look at, see where that spin sits. As I say, 33 degrees of loft here. This is into an iron where probably a lot of golfers are looking for a little bit of control, a bit of consistency, but still want that little bit of power, maybe a little bit of ball speed, a little bit of that forgiveness in that head. Oh, that felt lovely. Better golf shot. Very neutral. So decent ball speed, 124, sort of expect that around that 33 degree 7-iron mark. So it's gone a bit further there, 199 carry, but the spin's dropped, hasn't it? So just dropping that spin is going to make that ball go that little bit further. Oh, right, that's a bit of a low toe strike. That wasn't the best. Be interesting to see how that gets out there. So 123.9 ball, hasn't dropped massively there. That wasn't a great strike at all. And spin's jumped there because of the strike. Just testing its forgiveness. And just on that note there, we've got a tungsten weight in that bottom toe section. So pulling that CG sort of more across them, and what Cobra's saying is getting it right behind that sort of centre part of the club face there. So obviously on those centre strikes, you're going to get that sort of really good sort of feel because of the CG placement. And also then it just creates a little bit more stability on those miss hits. And that was a bit of a miss hit there, to be honest. So that's still done pretty well considering. And that was a better strike. It's good, it feels really good. I love the look of it. I think it's a really good looking iron. Is it as soft as a forged iron? I don't know. I don't think it is, in my personal opinion. Again, that might be something to sort of test up against. You know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head what I've sort of tested recently, like TaylorMade P7 MCs, I thought felt incredibly soft. Obviously your Mizuno's spring to mind, don't they, in those sort of irons. Is it as soft as those? I don't know. I don't think I would say no on that front. But I'm not saying it's a bad feel at all. It is a very good feeling golf club. Slightly low in the face, but again, it's neutral. And again, that ball speed's pretty good, 124. So you just get those spin, hit it a little bit low in that club face, so that just gets that spin up, hit it lower that CG placement, that spin just creeps up a little bit. So I've got a little bit of a jumping around of spin, but carry isn't a million miles away. I've got that long one there, which was a bit of a low spin one. Feels great. Gotta say, it looks fantastic. It does feel good, can't take that away. Yeah, 189 on that carry. Okay, so these are available 3-iron all the way through to pitch and a gap wedge. As I say, lofting in this is 33 degrees and that's 7-iron, so the loftings are pretty sort of traditional there, and the right hand only. I'm not sure what it is in the States, but Europe, it's right hand only, so unfortunately lefties, you won't be able to get your mitts on these Tour irons. Okay, let's just go and check a few numbers out in a little bit more detail and see how that Cobra King Tour Iron is performing. Okay, so looking at the numbers, so you can see club head speed around that sort of 90 mile an hour mark, typically what I would find with a 7-iron, and ball speed typically in the area that I would see for a 33 degree loft, around that sort of 123, 124 mark. Launching around that sort of 19 degree area, again you can just see as I just move my strikes, a couple of slight low ones, keys launching around that sort of 17, sort of 18 area, and when I cut those slightly low strikes, you see the spin just jumps up a little bit more. As I've just struck it below the CG, just puts a little bit more spin on it. So there is a little bit of a jumping around of that spin there, isn't there? You know, from 5,000 to 6, 7. Again, you know, we all know strike's going to play a part of that, but it is a little bit jumping around. But having said that, the difference from the carry numbers, considering the spin, isn't massive, is it? You've got that low spin one there that is a little bit of a worry in a way, but there was an odd one there, 199. But the rest of those are sort of 193 to 188, isn't it? So that's fairly sort of tight, isn't it? That front to back sort of dispersion. Plenty of height on there, plenty of stopping power on that land angle as well. Okay, everybody, so there we go. There's the King Tour Iron from Cobra. I think that's a cracking iron. Beautiful looks, definitely ticked a box there for Cobra. Stunning looks on that particular club. I just quite like the classic sort of high polished chrome sections of that. Looks great on that back section there. So in the bag, I know this doesn't make any difference to the performance of the club, but obviously that bag appeal, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Performance wise, pretty good. Just a couple little worries there with that spin numbers a little bit, but the distance I think was all there, wasn't it? So feel wise, is it as soft as a forged iron, which is the big sort of talking point? I'd probably say it's not softer. Is it as soft as an actual forged iron? Possibly. I don't know. I'm not sort of sold on that, to be honest. But it does feel really good, I must admit. So good looks, good feels, pretty decent performance there. I think that's a real good winner from Cobra. So post comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on the new Tour Iron. Is that something you'd want to go out and try? Obviously, lots of custom fit options. We've got those options here at Penrith Golf Hub. So if you're local and you want to call in, just drop me a message and you can maybe come and have a little fit on these particular irons. Okay, appreciate you watching the video as always. Thanks for subscribing if you have done. If you haven't, please just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you get future notifications. As soon as a video lands on the channel, you'll be one of the very first ones to watch it, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.